It's great to see so many people here in Dalton. If you were here last year, you heard us predict an economic recovery beginning in the third quarter. We said that the recession would last 18 months. Well, the economy hit bottom in June of last year, and that's exactly 18 months since the recession began in December of 2007. I want to acknowledge the successful analysis of Jeff Humphreys and the Selig Center. They use mathematical models similar to other economists, but their predictions also come from 27 years of experience interpreting Georgia's economy. And that experience gives us an edge. So today the big question is, will the recovery continue? Should you execute your personal and professional plans or revise them to account for a double-dip recession? The news and statistics you hear every day can be confusing. Although GDP did grow by over 2% in the third quarter last year, last figures we have, you don't feel like you're in a recovery, right? We feel awful. Employment is declining. Non-residential property values are plunging. Consumer spending is at best restrained. Capital needs reallocation, and on top of all that, the banking system is not completely fixed. Too many banks are still holding on to assets that are clearly distressed. And until that ends, credit will remain tight. Despite that list of concerns, and it's a list I could easily make longer, our forecast is for the recovery to be sustained. So you should plan to start a new business, to expand an existing one, or for too many of us, to look for a job. U.S. GDP will expand by about 2% this year. Now that's the good news, but that rate is well below the long-term trend rate. And we don't expect growth to approach the 3% trend rate before 2011. Now a slow rebound after a deep recession is unusual. Typically, there's a lot of pent-up demand due to postponed purchases and excessive inventory liquidation. It took GDP only 3 quarters to fully recover after the severe 1973 recession and after the deep 1981-82 recession. But this upturn will be different. Credit is still unusually tight. Non-residential property markets are under extreme duress. The decline in households' net worth is unprecedented. Between 2007 and the first quarter of 2009, U.S. households lost $14 trillion. That's as much wealth as it's a quarter of as much wealth as they accumulated in their entire lifetimes. So, even though the economy has bottomed out, the recovery will be sustained, you'll find that this is the most subdued recovery in terms of consumer spending since World War II. We predict